Looking at the Christian history, we have Reformation. This is okay. So let's go here. The Reformation is in the 1500s. That's after the plague, and it's led by Martin Luther, and it's a religious reform movement back to the origins, back to the Bible, away from the institutions, back to God, really. There's the church is everywhere is being challenged, the Catholic Church, not only by Luther, Calvin, but also Henry VIII, who introduced the Church of England, because he cannot divorce from his wife, and leads to a breakaway from the Catholic Church, and Christianity is splintered and will never be a truly united religion anymore. Let's not go there. This is the exploration. This is so during the Renaissance period, science actually it's rationality, but it is also an attempt to come closer to God. To understand the nature is to be seen as a way to get closer to God, because God is the creator of nature. So science equals a search for God, a search for the truth, which is seen as a divine practice. So it's not a break away from rationality. Basically, what scientists aim to look for is to find God. Very big progress made in astronomy, physics, medicine, break away from the Catholic Church, and exploration.
I don't know, come too closer to God. What do you mean?
Come closer to God. So God is seen as the creator, as the source of everything.
Mm-hmm.
The way that the world functions is all the work from God. So scientists are not breaking away from God. Actually, they are looking for God through science. By understanding the way things work, they get closer to God. That's the objective. And then the period of exploration starts. For example, exploration to the Americas in
Vasco da Gama.
1490. Vasco da Gama, and they bring new plants to Europe, and new animals. But they also, when they go outside, for example, to the United States, their disease kills many of the natives. Like 90% of the Native Americans are being killed by diseases brought by the Europeans into North and South America. So if you look at current South America, for example, there are not so many native people left. Most of them are either black, former slaves who were brought there through the slave trades, or have European origins. And that's basically not because it was designed to be like this by humans, but it's a matter of the disease that kills so many local people. And then the theory of the period of Enlightenment as true rationalism, reason. This is where a lot of fundamental ideas are being introduced into European society that still very much determine how we are thinking today. One of those theories is John Locke's theory of the mind, the origin of modern conceptions of identity and self. Define the self through continuity of consciousness. He postulated that at birth the mind was a blank slate, or a tabula rasa. He maintained that we are born without innate ideas.
Tabula rasa, what is it?
It's a blank slate.
Blank slate.
Blank slate. So it's a basically at birth you are like a whiteboard without anything written on it. So basically you're clean, you're clear, you're unspoiled. And that knowledge is instead determined only by the experience derived from sense perception, so empiricism. Something must be capable of being tested, repeated, and nothing is exempt from being disproven. So basically he says we are a blank slate and everything we need to question. It's the basis, the foundation of science. Everything that we see is true until disproven. So John Locke basically introduces the scientific method with his theory.
I don't understand exactly.
So basically, everything is true until proven different.
No, explain a little bit about blank slate. What is it?
Blank slate is that we are
empty mind.
Yeah, empty. Yeah.
What mean empty mind?
Empty mind? No, a blank slate. So basically, everybody is formed by his experiences.
Right?
Formed by his experience. So when you come on
determined only by experience.
Right. 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 So everybody is born with as a clean slate, as an unwritten piece of paper, blank sheet of paper, and the paper is filled with experiences, and the experiences determine how we see truth. And truth is being determined by what we experience, and and based on that, we need to look for experiences to see what is true and what is not true. Voltaire comes with the concept of the freedom of religion. It is perfectly evident to my mind that there exists a necessary internal, supreme and intelligent being. This is no matter of faith, but of reason. But it doesn't adhere to an institute, right? So there is a God, that is I'm sure of, but there is so in the Catholic Church we pledge allegiance to the Holy Catholic Church. That's the only church, right? But what Voltaire is saying here is, oh, there is a God, but what he's also saying is that God is not tied into a certain church. So we can adhere to a church, but basically what he's
free from church.
Free from the church. And another important figure in the Enlightenment period is Montesquieu, who is the founder of the Trias Politica, which is basically is the way that we currently organize our countries, through a separation of legislation, the executive order, and the judicial power. So legislation
this is current
is parliamentary democracy. Exactly. So that comes from Montesquieu. He's the founder of those ideas.
Well, he's the first person to speak out this kind of different, independent organization. Okay.
Exactly. So that is those are very important figures, and based on their shoulders, a lot of other important figures are there, but they form the foundation of rationalism, empiricism, freedom of religion, and the way that we organize our countries. Okay, and then we enter the Industrial Revolution, and that is something that I would like to skip for today.
Finish today.
Right.
This is just we started from here, last IT revolution.
Right. Right, but this is a very interesting, but it's kind of long. Okay, why did the first industrial revolution start in the UK? That was the central question, and it's a documentary from the BBC. It's actually interesting to watch, but it's almost an hour.
Yeah, steam engine. Okay, thank you very much for today.
All
right. Next week you skip, and 2 weeks later you're going to consider for my book. And,
right.
Based on my book, you're going to propose your thought.
Okay, so I did not actually get into the modern industrial area and the World War II and modern history.
Okay,
but it's okay. I mean, we can skip everything, and I can try to introduce these things into my.
No, you can do it if you want, and up to you. You just think continuation of I recommend for my book, and they're going to start with Japanese culture and European culture.
I'm also looking at Kimoto-san because actually you were very interested in colonialism and how to maintain. So I'm not really sure which way to go here. Maybe I should actually continue with history.
はい、皆さんこんにちは、雲野です。今日はですね、雲野塾の研修のプログラムをご紹介したいと思います。で、こういうふうなホームページありますけれども、ぜひですね、一度中身をご覧になっていただきたいと思います。今日はブーキューブさんのスタジオに来て、この収録をしておりますので、中身はこういうふうになってて、今最近ホットなね、グローバルリーダーの定義など書いてあります。で、特に経団連が作成しました留学すれば英語ができて専門性を持つというだけではですね、グローバルリーダーになれないとここに書いてありますようにですね、仕事ができる専門性を持つ英語ができるだけじゃなくてですね、私どもの塾ではリベラルアースということ、それからもう一つは孫子の兵法、さらにはですね、日本の歴史というものを合わせて教えることによって皆さんが海外の欧米の方々ともしくは華僑圏の方々と正々堂々と渡り合えるような人物を育成しようというふうなことを考えています。ここに次のスライドが出ておりますけれども、ここに書いてありますのはですね、さらに、私どもの雲野塾の中身につきましてはですね、欧米の資料しか使っておりません。また実際に雲野塾は英語でやっておりますので、英語の講師が話しておりますけど、学習はですね、日本の歴史をまだ教えてますので、学習の午後はですね、日本のプログラムをしております。で、以前はこれ有料だったので、今はですね、実際に会場費も取っていただいておりませんで、毎回5000円ということで、朝9時から午後5時までやっておりますので、ぜひ皆さんですね、ご検討の上ご参加いただければと。英語のできない方もですね、学習の午後こういうふうな研修をしておりますので、ぜひご参加いただければというふうに思っておりますので、よろしくお願いします。で、ここにさらにですね、グループ討議とか実務の勘どころを教えると書いてありますけど、実際には私が10年ほどですね、欧米の新聞とか雑誌等をですね、集めてきた、もともと英語のベースでございますので、そうしたものをですね、50セッションのテーマに分けて資料を作成しております。そういうことで、世界のオペレーション、もしくはカントリーリスクも含めてですね、しかも世界のトップの方々に対しても、いろいろな分析とか洞察をしてですね、議論をしております。そういったことも含めてですね、今後ともよろしくお願いしたいと思います。以上で私の挨拶を終えますが、今回のこのビデオの収録にあたってはですね、V キューブさんのスタジオをお借りしてですね、お時間を頂戴して、このビデオを作成させていただきました。よろしくお願いします。どうもありがとうございました。